like it. And Theo, Uncle Kaipo's making a run for it.
Great call for Jesse. It's going to be a big action-packed day, even tomorrow and the next day. As Jesse's saying, she's loving the look of the swell we have as we see Kanoa Igarashi opening up on his first wave. Peterson score dropped in at a 6.0. And Mercadena the 4.5. Those are the early comparisons in the morning light. Top turn carve for Igarashi. Clean snap there. The silver medalist in Tokyo kicks out. Now taking a look once again. Kanoa Igarashi start.
Solid with the first two carves. And the silver medalist, even yesterday, looked great. Had the 7.5 on his opener and then just couldn't get the backup. And this morning, this is someone who's been there, done that many times, back-to-back US Open champion, Joe, and someone who doesn't really make mistakes. And that's what we saw yesterday. He made one crucial mistake, and it cost him the heat. In this one, he was like, no, that ain't happening again. Just wanted to secure this wave, get his first.
I just need like a bib or something. I got driving.
Kanoa Igarashi sets up his second scoring ride. Two amazing turns, a lot of variety, extra smooth, and this wave is just continuing to allow him to coil up off the bottom, attack the lip. Beautiful carving work as well. And there is a beautiful float to finish for World.
So they actually traveled by boat. And I was just saying it because there might be a little reference there to Asian culture when Kanoa was involved, you know. It's pretty cool to just talk about those kind of things. But this wave, to me, no doubt going to be close to the exit range, if not even better than that. Beautiful combination, solid surfing right there from Igarashi, and then just the back-to-back-to-back continuous surfing when you're going into the critical section, elevating your performance like this, especially after several different maneuvers, and finishing it off like that. That's 1.83, so he's comfortably in the lead. But this wave from Peterson, you talk about risk, it was right there. Another air, now goes to the reverse, and then just some beautiful surfing after this, Joe. He looks like he needs a result. He's surfing like somebody with the intensity of wanting to win the event now. And when you see that from Peterson, he's dangerous. Beautiful fin drift right there. And these last two maneuvers were just insane. Goes up into the lip, finishes.
Down, there was really nothing there. He tried, he did his best, as we see a beautiful late drop.
Well, although I was wrong on that previous wave, I was right about that. Seth Moniz will find the tube. So far, hammering this wave. Getting the late drop right into the pit and goes straight to work. Fourth turn. Moniz now on a tear. Finds a beautiful open face to work with, still building speed, gaining momentum for this inside section. Can he find another? Goes up for the stylish floater, comes down clean. Wow. Seth Moniz, no doubt into the excellent.
Get closed out on or maybe do a float. He got both. The technicality of that drop, Chris, was impressive.
Look, that was not a deep barrel, but that was an intense barrel. A late drop. There are only a handful of surfers in the world that could have completely controlled that takeoff. Seth Moniz is one of them, luckily for all of us watching.
And the way he actually placed it, or placed his board, I should say, under the lip, just so difficult to do. First carve, pushing a little bit hard, and that inside section, Chris, that's a barrel. That counts as a barrel. Not very deep, but the first inside barrel that we've seen.
That was straight up Donovan Frankenreiter. Float, watch the landing, nice and controlled, styles it out.
His foot positioning, when he came up and was up above the lip, his back foot was no more than probably a foot or two behind him.
27:33 to go, our first look at Bourez. He finds a pit.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful tube ride for the Tahitian and a big Spartan-style turn. Bourez now throwing fire.
Wave looking great on the midsection.
Another big carve as he cruises through to this inside section. Full intensity, rails engaged. A beautiful wall for Michel Bourez to work with, so the wait was worth it. Now it's all about how he finishes. And I don't think he needs to force anything through this inside section. He can kind of just wait for this wave to unfold. The judges most likely have a score in their mind, but they're going to save it up for the reversal. For a real view of how tight that lineup is. Okay, Medina surfing for a 6.11. The nice turns out the back. Generating speed, goes for the rodeo, gets it. Incredibly, out of nowhere, Medina showing the flair. Now building speed down the line. It's unfathomable that you can do that trick and then continue to apply the pressure. Yeah. I think I mentioned earlier that this man does not get nervous. I don't think he has nerves in his body. His veins run cold with ice. Yes, we agree. Hands up. Igarashi and Kolohe Andino will be coming up, but let's talk about this wave. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, this wave was really tough to ride. There's no way. That's not supposed to happen. That was magic. He had no speed. The section was not there. It was a bumpy, lumpy, weird part of the wave. How do you do that?
That's crazy to think that you have the ability to actually do a maneuver like that under pressure on a wave that really didn't have that speed to be generated on, and then links it all the way to the inside and goes really vertical on this last maneuver. Powerful, pivoting his body. Of course you claim that. How could you not? That Michel got. And we're going to focus also our attention on what Ethan Ewing did out the back. Michel still winding through that midsection, but Ethan Ewing just went to town on the outside. 3 massive blasts. You can see how the wave that Michel Bourez is on just kind of pushed that extra water away from the sandbank, giving Ethan Ewing's a little bit more oomph. It was a little bit more interesting. There was less water, and he really took advantage of every single section that came to him.
Well, the big news here, too, for Ethan Ewing. Now he's out for more.
Can you do it again?
Big turn right there. So far, so good. You just watch the subtleties, watch the arms, watch the placement. I mean, even all the way down to his elbows just being low to his side, everything in its proper place. Beautiful, powerful, precise surfing from Ethan Ewing. And still going, this wave just offering him up endless opportunity. Big slam to finish.
The tail up and above the lip, and other times he just carves his way around it, as you see here. So much power, grabbing that outside rail with his right hand, controlling it. A difficult foam climb, Chris, and the entire time staying connected with the surface of the water. Not once was there a bobble. As you see, when he connects with the lip, his back foot is really far back on the tail pad, somehow being able to kind of change the distribution of his weight on his legs to allow him to spin the board around easily. Last maneuver, a layback dagger. So plenty of variation.
The people that he had to beat on in the event, and the waves were just great, that I think it really proved that he was the best surfer of the event right there.
Igarashi in the priority heat looking for the lead back. Clean arcing cutbacks. Igarashi just needs a 4.85, getting a little bit stuck, but powers through. Now starting to look inspired through this inside track. There's a nice clean snap, aggressive towards the tail end, and adds a little drop. Kanoa Igarashi really put this one together quite well.
Yeah, and as you can see, that opening section is standing up a lot more now with this lower tide. Beautiful combo on the outside, then gets the wrap, and he just stayed in the pocket the whole time. And fortunately for him, as you were saying, got a little stuck right there, but recovered extremely well. Read it perfectly, didn't race anything, and just this last section to me is where the meat of the score will come from. Beautiful top turn on the second one, if not even more critical. So the end section, crucial, and maybe just as crucial as the outside, as he blasted the fins right there on the first section of this wave. Good connection Kanoa Igarashi has with these waves in Barra La Cruz, Joe.
It's just great how much he can mix it up, but he's always found that with Flores as well, where there's letting go moments. Important ride for Kolohe. Blow tail, spins it into reverse. Forces that jam on that open face section back into an arcing cutback. Springing off the coping there for a classic reverse. Inverted upside down finish and rides out with the cheater 5.
And as I told you before, we're going to claim Fioravanti as an honorary Mexican too. And here's Cibilic 7.67, number 4 in the world. A beautiful carve right there for Cibilic. And one thing I really like about Morgan is that he tends to ride a longer board and doesn't really care about what people say about, oh, but the volume, you don't need something that long. It comes down to personal comfort, Joe. And it seems like his comfort levels are pretty high after this wave.
He's always been able to find extra drive off the bottom and setting up a nice frontside wrap, getting in motion. Nice clean re-entry again. Big frontside whip. Waida carves it high, hung up for a moment. Wide open wall. He'll try to recover from that glitch, and looks like he's done well. Nice clean carving work. And
Honest, Jeremy, we got to get him an interview every single round if we can. And here's Filipe's wave. For this reason, he's my power surfer, Joe. Just aggressiveness with the rail. He's diverse. There's a reason he's won twice in South Africa. And those championships were back-to-back. Just great speed management, great flow. Goes up into the lip right there. Beautiful floater. And look at those seamless transitions in between.
Being one of the best, representing RTMF, Yago Dora moves through. And here goes Italo Ferreira.
Once again, top to bottom, quick. Very quick change of direction on his surfboard. You can see it there. Low center of gravity. So explosive. This section always a little bit tricky to make it look good, but Italo blasts any little bit of coping that he gets from the wave, and he is going to go as vertical as he can. You can see how his feet shuffle around the surfboard all over the place. This time, gouging through that inside section. I was hoping for another pop shove it, but he goes for a reverse. You and I were thinking the same. Very, very difficult to do as we see Slater having a look at this one.
Slater with a high line down carve, a rare maneuver. Makes it look awesome. There he's building up speed down the line. But back to some surfboard talk. He says this board was designed to control speed in good waves. These are good waves, and he appears to be controlling his speed very nicely. Big finish there from Kelly Slater.
Fire. He's had a great role in this event. As you see Kelly, that carve, unique in every way. So much speed generated. He stopped pushing hard midway through the turn, so he could just glide down and generate more speed, releasing that board pressure and getting those rebounds through the midsection have been really impressive. Now, this part of the wave, I feel like it is the trickiest to read. It kind of runs away from you, and Kelly did very well in kind of pushing when he needed to and slowing his way when he had to do it. Look at that turn on the inside. You talked about this board made to on his front foot as he was spinning around, all of the weight on the heel, and somehow manages to ride on clean.
Answering back, Jadson Andre. 12 o'clock, boys, goes beyond vertical twice. Two absolute hammer backside turns from Jadson Andre. He is winding up and throwing haymakers. Now has some time to relax, generate speed down the line, goes up into the lip again. I mean, Jadson's looking like he's feeling
the country of Mexico. We're loving our time here on this right-hand point break. Slob reverse from Herdy during the break.
Yeah, this was beautiful right up the beginning of the wave, too. The former World Pro Junior champion. He won that event in Taiwan in 2018 over none other than Eitan Osborne. So 2 aerialists in that final. And Herdy, who has competed before at the CT level, the wild card at Duranba Beach in 2019, and combos it up, air reverse at the end. And Colapinto with the answer back. Important heat for the rankings, Joe. Colapinto right now, number 5. He needs to make it out of this one. Beautiful combination of turns right at the beginning. This wave plays to Griffin's strengths. Great work of the rails, using the same board as he did yesterday in his opening round heat. solid arc right there, and he's bringing that inspiration from Andy Irons into this heat right now. And this is a great battle between the two youngsters.